the Duracraft fan. This is a Duracraft. Where's the information? Here it is. It's almost invisible. The Duracraft DT-750 series, and it's branded Honeywell on the informations tag. 0.6 amps, I think it says. It's extremely hard to read. Unfortunately, this Duracraft is not quite as durable as would have been nice because the knob is MIA, but at least this is easy enough to turn by hand. It's a nice smooth operating switch. This is a very interesting looking fan. It has the same blades, or at least very similar blades, as that little twin window fan I have does. The window fan is pretty good. It's very powerful. But if I recall correctly, this fan is not very good. I think I have one of these in the box in a kind of unusual color. And if I recall correctly, it was quite a disappointment, which is unusual for Duracraft. Duracraft really seemed to be like a pretty top-of-the-line brand when it came to fans like this during the 90s and 2000s. And pretty much every Duracraft product I've encountered was very respectable, except for this one. I guess this is probably a form over function unit. You can see it's got, kind of real modern, sleek styling to the base and all that nonsense. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work good, it's useless. That's as far back as it tilts, which is, I guess, good enough. The UL tag says 1002, so this was likely sold in the early 2000s. I thought it would have been a little bit older than that. It's pretty beat up, unfortunately. The front logo is all scratched up. A lot of scuffs on the outside of it. Knob is missing. But I really like Duracraft stuff, so I got it anyways. Even though I know this stinks, it's probably just going to be a nice display piece. It's got a basic C-frame shaded pole motor. It's got a lot of hours on it, and chances are good it still runs properly. It's definitely very dusty. Need a good cleaning for sure. Looks like somebody made a pretty lousy attempt at some point to clean this. You can see it looks like somebody, washed all the pieces of the guard off. Now, I've seen worse attempts to clean a fan. Here's the electrical input. It is a polarized plug, but it is not fused. This is from before the fused freak show era. Although not far from it. Just a year or so sooner. We're going to be testing at 119 volts. Hopefully the lights don't go out during this video. It is extremely windy. Actually, I'm surprised the lights haven't gone out at all. Alright, let's turn this to on. Yeah, that's awful. This is an aerodynamics disaster. Now, I'm sure the performance will improve once we clean it, but you can tell even just by the sound, it's not correct. Something is definitely not right about the design in this. It sounds very restricted. It's very powerful right up front, but it doesn't carry at all. Even just, half a meter away from the fan, it's almost stagnated. I'm sitting about maybe 2 feet back from it, and I hardly feel anything. That's unfortunate. Duracraft usually did better than this. It's wasting 0.3 the amps. It's wasting 26 the watts at a power factor of 72. I can't believe that fans were allowed to be sold, and are still allowed to be sold, with these ridiculous, horribly inefficient shaded pole C-frame motors. You could put a PSC motor in this thing and cut the consumption in half, but we're still running stupid shaded pole for some reason. Sure, a PSC motor is a little more expensive, but not that much. And with all the efficiency crazes that are going on today, I don't know how these fan manufacturers are getting away with this. Because you can still buy fans just like this today. Although, finally, in the last couple of years, we are starting to see some more common fans, such as the little Honeywell turbo fan that this was probably a knockoff of. Those are starting to come with PSC motors now, which is long overdue. They likely last longer too. The bearings are usually better quality. Okay, there's the high, which didn't really do much besides make more noise. And make plenty of noise it is. It's kind of the same deal. Very little airflow any distance away, but reasonably strong up front. Yeah, I can barely feel it, 2 to 3 feet away. It's like the breeze just diminishes down to nothing. What a disappointment. That's wasting 0.57 amps, which is pretty much right on key to what the tag said. And it's wasting 45.2 the watts at a power factor of 65. That's pretty poor. Yeah, that's definitely a major disappointment in terms of performance. But since we should give credit where credit's due, it still works. And while it could certainly fare to be oiled, the bearings are still relatively free and they're quiet. I don't think any cheesy fan sold today, not that this was a cheesy, bottom of the barrel price fan, but I think even some of the nicer fans sold today will not be working this well in 20 years. To Duracraft's credit, even though the aerodynamics are awful, the motor is good enough quality that the thing still works over 20 years later, and this has plenty of hours on it. This was not a closet queen. This was used, and it still works. In fact, there's a good chance this was even used up until this year when it was donated to the thrift store. So even though it doesn't move in the air, we're still going to clean it up. We'll service it, see if the performance improves at all. It might a little bit, but I don't think it's going to improve much. This is really just going to be a nice display piece because I really like these eccentric designs from the 90s and 2000s.